Dude, let's go.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Untamed Outdoorsmen. And today we are going to be doing a small episode in the native Watercraft Titan X 12.5 build series, addressing one of the smaller issues that I've had with one of our previous installs. So this issue is not technically our fault, it's more of just something that's happened. So that's been the GoPro here. So this has been the third person angle that we've had. The camera itself has worked great. The actual wires and everything have been fine. The one issue that we've had has been occasionally the camera will cut out power. And I thought it would be okay just to deal with it, but we actually paid for it on one of our most recent fishing trips. We lost a fish from this issue, so after that happened, I knew it couldn't stay around. We had to fix it. So this part, though, is partially our fault. So this is the Yak Power USB adapter. It's fine in and of itself, it works fine, but this thing is about 3 years old, and I have left it outside being rained on, being snowed on, being, iced over. The whole 9 yards. This thing has stayed on the boat full time, so that's my fault. Shame on me for not caring about this a little bit more, but this thing was about 20-25 bucks to replace, and I definitely could have done that, but I figured we'd make it a little bit more interesting and probably a little bit more reliable, and that's what we're going to be doing here. So this is a custom USB port. I got it on Amazon. I'll leave a link to it in the description, as well as the other tools that we use. We'll talk about in a second. It needed a specialty hole saw. This is a built-in voltmeter, so you got the voltmeter in the middle, USB-C and two USB-A ports right here, and a power on and off. So gives us a little more freedom to do what we want instead of having to use proprietary things with adapters and things like that. And we're actually gonna be cutting these ring terminals that'll go right to our Yak Power system too. So I think this will be a little bit more reliable and super easy to install. So let's get into it right now.
All right, guys, so the first thing to do on this install is we're gonna actually pop this cover plate off on the side here. You see we drilled into this, we put two Yak Power ports before. So we're gonna pop this off, and we're gonna end up drilling this new adapter for his USB into this power link plate. So this also comes with a gasket you can use. It's basically just some plastic just to hold it up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this off. I'm gonna unplug all this, and then we can take this out so we can drill our hole for the size we need. And we'll do that now, and then we'll get back to you when we're drilling. All right, guys, so with this new piece Connor bought, this USB port / voltmeter, so you can see how much voltage his battery's got. It comes with this lead. It's got two spade terminals that connect onto the back. You can see positive and negative, so red to positive, black to negative as usual. In here, you got an inline fuse. They're just like a barrel fuse. They actually give you two more supplied in the kit if you need them. And I already made sure there's a fuse in here. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut the two ring terminals off the end of this, and then I'm gonna splice them together with this Yak Power extension. This one, you can buy it from any Yak Power dealer or whatever. And then we're gonna put this right back to another extension that's gonna go all the way up to the head unit. So we'll be able to turn it on with this button over there. So all I gotta do is cut these off. I'm gonna get a butt connect these together. We're gonna heat shrink them. I'll electrical tape them so they're nice and watertight. And then we're gonna run it to the front. All right, guys, so I got these two ring terminals cut off like you saw, and I got these two butt crimped on. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put them red to red, black to black. We're going to heat shrink these because these are heat shrink butt connectors, and then we'll heat shrink over them with these plastic sleeves here. And then we should be good to just feed that wire up, put it in, we'll turn it on, just make sure everything works, and then we'll get the hole drilled in this. So we'll be right back with you. Go when you're home. Make sure it's crushed. All right, guys, so now we got this all heat shrunk up. It's all wired together. So now comes for the next step is drilling the hole in this power link plate here. So since these wires are ran, I'm just going to drill it right off the side of the boat here. And for this, with this specific unit here, you need a 1.18 inch drill bit, and we didn't have one of those. So that's equivalent to 30 millimeters, or somewhat of what we're guessing. And Connor overnighted this last night so we could do this install for you guys today on the YouTube channel. So I'm going to drill this hole with this very nice drill bit and this very nice drill, and we'll get that installed. So let's do it. And just like that, she's drilled. I'll take a little, I think I got a little razor blade we can clean this up with so it just sits in there nice. Got a little bit of plastic in Connor's boat, so that's for him to clean up later. And it looks like it's gonna fit absolutely perfect. So if you guys buy this, we'll have a link in the description for this, so if you want to purchase it, you can buy this. You will need a 30 millimeter drill bit, so just keep that in mind. And we'll link that in the description too, so you can buy that. I'll have Connor do it because that's his thing. All right, guys, so now that you saw we got that hole drilled in here, I cleaned it up nicely with this razor blade just so there's no burrs or anything on the edges, just in case we ever take this off, we don't cut our hands or anything like that. And it'll help this little plastic plate seat better on the face of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this plastic plate here just for a second. I'm going to run these wires through the center of it, and then I got a nut that goes on the back that'll hold this in place. And then I'll get these two little screw holes drilled. That way I know it's going to be perfectly centered. So I'll show you that in 1 second.
All right, guys, so I figured I should have some impact on this video. Pete's kind of the professional with this stuff. So we're going to be drilling the 2 holes here. You don't technically need to use this plate if you don't want to. There's options without it. A lot of people actually use this as a direct placement to like a cigarette lighter. But in our case, this is totally normal use for it. But I just grabbed the smallest drill bit I had here. I'm just going to make 2 very small holes. Okay, that's one. Don't try this at home, kids. Okay, we're good. Yeah, so we'll screw these right in, then we'll run the wires through and we'll test it, make sure the camera works with it, and then we'll be all set. Good to go. Okay, guys, so as you can see, if you look outside, it's a lot darker outside, mainly because we had an absolute nightmare trying to deal with that camera right there. So as you guys know, like I said in the beginning of this video, we thought this problem was due to a USB dongle, and that's partially true. So I think it's a group of different problems all combined. So we had a problem with the GoPro itself not recognizing the power source. So it popped up an error saying it needed at least 5 volts or 2 amps. Obviously, you can tell by the voltmeter, it's a lot more than 5 volts. So obviously, it was getting a lot more power than it was reading out. So that was problem A. Problem B was this thing right here. So we have a USB extension thing here. It was actually the main problem. Because I think I bought the cheapest one on Amazon. I guess I paid for it in, it can't hold a power source very well. I think a very minor like bump or anything will knock it out. So that was problem B. And then problem C was that USB dongle from Yak Power. So it was a complete, mishmash of different problems. But we've got them all sorted out now. I just got to figure out a way to slightly extend this cord a little bit more without, having to get one of these possibly. So I'm definitely going to reach out to the 3BR Power Sports. Maybe they make a longer version that I can custom order. But yeah, so this is all pretty much done here. We're going to put in the final, silicone, feed the wires through, things like that. But the hard part's done. The really hard part's done as well. So yeah, that just tired me out, but we're going to wrap this up. Okay guys, so that's gonna do it for today's nightmarish video for us. Hope you guys enjoyed. So as you can see over here, if you want to bring the camera over, we got the voltmeter, and we have our 2 yak power units right here. This is the voltmeter that we installed, obviously 14.1, it's actively charging. The 2 USB ports, the USB-C port, and that power button. We won't use the power button, but we can if we need it. We did a minor load test on it. We were actually running the GoPro recording and charging my phone at the same exact time, and it handled it fine. After we went through that whole firmware fiasco with the GoPros, it never had that problem again, especially after we removed the extension. So yeah guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. A little more of a minor one, like not a very big install by any means, but something that, like I said in the beginning of the video, gives us a lot more versatility on what we can do, not having to spend money on proprietary adapters for the yak power, and we can run it off the yak power too. So best of both worlds. But yeah guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Got a lot of fun videos planned super soon, so stay tuned for that. And we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.